Let's talk about the signs that your contract might not get renewed. As a travel nurse, it is way easier to just extend your contract than constantly having to change the place that you're at. So these are signs that you can pick up from any hospital that you're at that will tell you that you're most likely not going to get a contract extension offer. And you need to know about these so that way you can start looking for another contract. Because realistically, if you don't look for a contract early enough, you might not get it. All right, let's talk about it. The first and most obvious sign a hospital will give you is that they're not renewing current travel nurses. So like you hear one of your friends come up and they'll say, hey, did you hear they didn't renew my contract? Now keep in mind, they still could renew your contract even if they're cutting other travel nurses. And that's just based on the timetable of events. Because I've had some of my friends get their contracts cut, but then they would renew mine. The second sign they will show you is if you notice that they're making cuts to different departments, like closing entire units down or removing certain ancillary staff. Because if they're willing to make aggressive cuts like that, then you pretty much can guarantee that you're next on the chopping block as soon as they can afford it. And the third sign, which is kind of interesting because it gives you a timeline of when they're going to cut the person next. So that way, if you have a few different travel nurses working at the place you're at, you can kind of predict which person is not going to make the cutoff. The third sign is how many orientees they currently have on orientation. So like say the place that you're at has 4 orientees. You can predict when they're going to be off of orientation. But in order to find out if you're going to get cut or not, you have to figure out if they're replacing staff that has recently left. Because if the answer is no, then they're probably there to replace you. And that's okay, that's the nature of travel nursing. So if you see these signs, either start looking for your next contract or get ready to enjoy some time off. And if this video helped you, don't forget to follow.